Actionable Marketing webinar. Since this July, I've had the pleasure of hosting this series. And as the year comes to an end, I'm glad to share that so far we have reached more than 2000 audiences. To acknowledge that, and as an ode to 2022, we have planned this session as a complete product and market focused discussion. A cherry on top, our product leaders agreed to sit with me for this discussion. Jerry and Ranganathan, who are from the early team of SalesIQ, have been here since day one. Jerry now heads the product and Ranganathan heads our product support. Without further ado, let's welcome Jerry John and Ranganathan Krishnamurthy for our discussion. Welcome, gentlemen. How are you doing?
Doing great, Pragdish. How are you doing?
I'm doing good as well. How are you now?
I'm very well.
Thank you. Jerry, I want to start this discussion with a topic that has been the core of our session so far: customer experience and customer engagement. In your opinion, how have the customer's expectations changed over the years in terms of experience and engagement?
So, customer engagement, right from writing feedback on a paper form to have an instant chat with the company. So, that is the shift, great shift. And it has gone through various stages, from paper feedback form to emails and then phone calls and going through agents to interact with the brands. Now it is like direct. So modern customers, if you ask someone, or even if you ask me, I want to connect with the brand as easy as possible in my convenience. Basically, I choose the time. I don't want to engage on a call where I cannot do anything else. Right now, today I want to do something like whenever I get time. It's okay for me to get a response after 1 or 2 hours when the company is available to respond. So it is convenience is the biggest factor without losing the instant response. So that is today's expectation, and that is how the engagement happens. But experience is even taken a next step. So when you meet a support rep or when you meet a sales executive, you want to experience the brand. Say for example, if someone is coming to my brand and they meet my sales executive, they want the sales executive to know complete details of the brand, of the product. They don't want sales executive to do the initial interaction and then hand off to someone else, and then they take the next interaction, then hand off to someone else. So experience is carried by, they want to have a very personalized experience about the brand from the point they interact with the brand till they continue using the brand.
Points of the product.
Yeah. So the brand needs to have a complete detail of the customer, and also it should have tools which allow your employees to make use of the details throughout the cycle of the customer.
That's a great insight on how the market has evolved over the years. In this challenging and changing environment, how does SalesIQ fit into this market, and what does the product offer?
Yeah, SalesIQ being a real-time communication platform for customers, for engaging and giving better experience to the customers. SalesIQ is in sync, or I would call it as in par with the latest trends, latest expectations of the customer. So be it providing a customer support through live chat, be it providing discount coupons based on the segment of the customers, be it automating through conversational automation through bots. SalesIQ has everything. So what SalesIQ uniquely provides for a business is it doesn't have all this information siloed. It brings everything under one roof, where you can see the complete 360-degree view of the customer in one place, and also you can set automation rules, automation triggers through bots, and also you get the conversation right inside the same tool, and it can also connect with your help desk system or your CRM system. So that is SalesIQ is very special for businesses.
That's nice. But from the product side, we can say all the shiny things about the product, but only the words mean something when it adds value to the business. On that note, what's the business value of SalesIQ for startups and SMBs?
Yeah, for any startup, the first thing is you have to win customers. You have to, So SalesIQ is very crucial for any startup, because like every visitor landing on your website are a potential.
Yes.
For a enterprise, probably like it will go through a stages of cycle. But for a startup, like any visitor, if I am a I am a solopreneur or if I'm creating a startup, right? So I'll setting up a startup. I'll always have my SalesIQ app on my hand. When someone lands on my website, I'll get a notification. I'll immediately get into this and I'll start communicating with them. So it's not just to sell the product; it's also to know about validating your the proof of concept. So what is the concept you are giving to the market? You have to validate how customers are seeing the concept, how it is going to connect with their business process. So for startups, having something like this will make you very closer to the customer. So that way you can learn from the customer. You can also share your vision to the customers. So it's more of a very close link with you and the customer. But when it comes to SMBs, so you have a well settled business by now, and you'll have support team, sales team. Though it is small, you have all these teams. So it's more of like how to make this support interaction flow across these departments plays a crucial role. If you don't have a system, think about a business where customer reach to the support and they log all the information in some portal, and then they assign it to some development team through some project management software, and then it happens. The project development team picks up 2 days later, and then they work on their own pace, and then they get back to the resolution. By then, you lose the customer, right? So here, the importance is how to have a how to have a system which breaks the silos across the department, so that the customer information along with the weightage of the customer or the insights of the customer is being passed across the departments, right from the support team to the development team or even to the product manager who is making the who is taking decisions based on customers, right? So all these people should know about the whole complete interaction. So SalesIQ, with SalesIQ you can set up departments for basically support team, development team, or whatever teams you have internally, and you can have a support team to face the customers, but you will have the other teams to jump into the customer support whenever there is a need. So say for example there is a downtime or there is a payment failure which the support team couldn't resolve because they don't have enough insights about the issue. They can simply forward that to the development team, and the development team will have all the knowledge to immediately resolve it for the customer. So that is how as SMB should deploy and use SalesIQ.
I hope all the startups and SMB folks listening to this are taking note. When people hear a product can do this or that, instead of thinking we can use this product in our industry, they tend to think it wouldn't apply to my domain. To those audience, which industry do you think are making good use of SalesIQ, and where do you see a lot of untapped SalesIQ potential?
Okay, so if you see any e-commerce or any retail website, you will find a live chat there, right? And nowadays, real estate, constructions, they are also started to have, the live chat. So these two industries have adopted live chat so much in the last, 5 to 8 years. Industries like us, computer software, who does IT services, also started to use live chat basically to generate leads and also to
provide instant support.
Yes. Yeah, so if you talk to any customer or even if you talk to me, I'll say that I will really love to engage with a business who provides me instant support rather than me sending a mail without any clue, waiting for what's happening, when I'll get it resolved. I send a message and I immediately get to know okay, this is delivered. I see a double tick, and then I see that the rep is typing, oh, my answer is coming. So this is kind of expectations that the customers have now, right? So this expectation is not, you cannot limit it to few industries. Any industry, this is expectation. But then it is being adopted in a phased manner. These industries have adopted enormously now. But industries like healthcare, industries like educational industries like universities. So I think I see a huge potential there. People can if they provide this, they'll definitely have an edge over their competitions. So because if you go to an education industry, someone coming to book an appointment for a campus visit or to know about the courses, instead of it's there on the website, but they want everything on their hand. They want that's modern customers' expectation. And having something like SalesIQ on the websites or having something like SalesIQ on their portal will make the experience very good, and you will have a lot of retention, and most importantly, customers who have experienced this interaction, this engagement, they'll go and talk to their, they refer and they become your marketers. So that is so I think these industries definitely have to I think there's a huge potential. They'll definitely start exploring this.
Okay, that's great. Even though Sales IQ touches base with all the departments in an organization, it primarily has extensive features for support teams, and it has been extensively used by support teams all around the world. My question to you, Ramanathan, is what is the potential or capability of Sales IQ for support teams, and could you shed more light on how our team uses Sales IQ?
Early days, we used to sit in front of the system all the time to assist the customers who comes to your live chat. But after the reinforcement of Zobot in Sales IQ, it makes the support life much easier. Okay, to give an example, if you are running a company with very limited resource, but even I can compare this with our sales IQ team. I am the only support rep when the product got started, and I have to be available 24 hours.
Yes.
I have to assist all the visitors, but the count will be just 10 to 12 per day. We cannot afford a rep for a different shift who can handle only 6 chat to 5 chats. But we cannot miss those 5 to 6 chats because they are our potential customers as it is a new product. So, but I try to sit as long as I can to handle all those customers. But nowadays we cannot expect or we cannot find such rep all the time for all the companies. So what we do with Zobot is you can create a Zobot even without writing a single piece of code which can be deployed. Whenever your rep is available to provide assistance, he will take care of the coding. But if they are off the shift, the support bot, we call it a Zobot, which will handle the query as per your support flow. And if it cannot handle the query raised by the customers, it will automatically collect the details from the customers, and when you are available you can reply back to those customers via email from sales IQ itself. And if you want to know more about how sales IQ departments, sorry, the Zoho Corp department uses sales IQ for our company, as you know, Zoho Corp have sales, support, and marketing, even the internal operation teams using sales IQ to provide assistance. But each team's focus is completely different in terms of support. For example, if marketing team have to use sales IQ, they are not a kind of person who provide answers for the questions they ask. Rather, they use it to provide a or they want to do an automated engagement whenever some leads are getting to their website. So their main motto is to have some conversation and then try to create them as a lead. So they use auto intelligent triggers which we have it within sales IQ, and whenever they reach a particular criteria, the chat widget will pop up with an automated message, and when the visitor reply back, they will initiate the conversation, and then if they are very potential, they will immediately transfer to the sales or support team. And it won't end with this. For the marketing team, we do have another feature called visitor insights, because as a marketing team they have to know whether this visitor is interested in which feature. For example, if they are spending more time on the pricing page, definitely they are something looking for some bargaining things. So, or if they are more focused about the Zobot or intelligent trigger or any other model we have it in sales IQ, they can come to a conclusion as okay, their main focus is about these 3 features. Let's share some resources about these features to get them in, and then the support or sales team can convert them as a customer. So in this way, our marketing team are handling sales IQ to provide support. But if you take the sales team, it's completely different. They won't assist the customers with the direct queries. Rather, they used to get a query as, do you have a live chat, do you have a tool which can collect the database and which can be used to meet my requirement, or do you have a ticketing tool, something like that. So what they used to mostly do is they will create a auto respond tool within Zobot. So and they do feed the details within the articles which we have in Sales IQ. So whenever the chat was initiated by the visitor, they use it to select the articles which we already have, which will have much more details, which you cannot even feed it in the canned messages. So they will select the article that they keep on sending it based on the prospect interest, and once they feel it as this is what they needed, they will immediately schedule an appointment within the Sales IQ itself. So they can send a calendar invite within the Sales IQ. They can select a calendar and they can add it within CRM or any other tool. So in this way, these departments are using the Sales IQ. And if you want, I want to give some numbers. If I'm not wrong, around 200k chats are handled in Zoho Corp per month, and more than 1000 reps are handling Sales IQ to provide the support across the departments.
That's great. So simply, SalesIQ has improved the work life of teams here at Zoho Corporation. But can we talk some real-time examples of how the product has improved the productivity of our operators?
Okay, in terms of productivity, the expectation is I have to do more work. That's not the time I spend on Sales IQ, that the work I do on Sales IQ. For example, if I am saying to my manager as I spend 8 hours to provide the assistance, the next question will be what you did for the 8 hours. So early days again, I had to go to I have to attend the chat, and then I have to navigate to different tabs to collect the billing informations and what their company is doing, or something like the portal configuration. All these details has to be collected individually in separate consoles. It cannot be combined together. But what we do in SalesIQ is we introduced a feature called widgets, and you can fetch all these details within SalesIQ chat interface itself. You are handling the chat with the customer in the right hand side. All this information will be automatically displayed once the chat is attended. So immediately the customer can start typing the response for the customer rather spending time to correct all these details. What will happen is if you're taking minutes to respond to the customers, this widget will make it in seconds.
Great. So in short, it's not just a tool that excites or engages with your customer, it's also a tool that excites your product specialist.
Exactly.
On that note, before we move on to the QS segment, Jerry, I want to ask this one final question. What elevates SalesIQ when comparing it to our market competitors?
Okay, so if you ask, competition, SalesIQ, as I said, right, it is not, no more a live chat software. And if you compare it with respect to features, I can keep on adding stuffs like audio call, signature chat, and IM channels. So no code bot automation, and writing your own plugs to the bot flow. So I can keep on adding features, but more than the features. So can you imagine a live chat software to be used for a sales? So what kind of tools, what kind of connectors it gives for your sales team? Does the chat software gives you a 360-degree view of your prospect? Does the chat software gives you the lead score of the prospect? So that is very crucial for the sales team. When it comes to the support team, it is not just the lead score and the 360-degree, because that's known.
Yeah.
It's more of like what is the sentiment of the customer, how many issues have been resolved, how many is not yet resolved, how long he is waiting, what is the recent feedback they have given. So if you go to the marketing team, it is totally different. How this visitor landed on your website, what was the recent interaction you had with the visitor. So all these three different departments, though conversation is a way of exchanging informations, these three departments needs different support from the product, different information from the product, different tools from the product. SalesIQ actually smoothly blends all this together under one roof. So that is the biggest strength. That is, I don't think any competitor is giving a complete end-to-end conversational engagement for all departments.
That's great. Thank you, gentlemen, for agreeing to sit with me for this discussion and coming in front of camera and letting me show the people behind SalesIQ. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Pradesh.
the opportunity.